Hi, hello, it's me. So a couple of things have changed. I originally had filmed a cute little transition part of the video where I picked up the mold and dropped it, and then all the new stuff would be shown with the fancy background and the fancy microphone. But so much went wrong with this filming of this video that I decided to cut it. So here we are. So this is my little witch owl mold. She's part of a 3-animal coven. There's also a cat and a bat. I'm just going to show you how I made my resin piece with her, and just walk you through a couple of things that I did and the things that didn't go right. First off, for some reason my camera didn't record me putting the chameleon powders on her hat, but that's what I'm showing off here. If you don't know what chameleon powders are, they're basically just fancy mica powders that change colors depending on the angle that you hold your piece at. They work best for 3D objects because they got lots of different angles, but they still work for flat objects too. Now I'm just going to be putting some normal mica powders in a few spots on the mold. So this is me remembering that snowy owls have black beaks and not yellow ones. I'm just using a Q-tip with some alcohol on it and just cleaning all that off. I also go around the eye area and this bubble area to take away some of the powders that got in places that you don't want them. So this is around the time when things started going wrong. My original plan was to use UV resin for the details of the owl and then fill the rest of the mold in with normal 2-part black epoxy. Normally this is fine for smaller details like the black little bits I did, but because the owl is so large and fills up most of the mold. When I poured the white UV resin in and cured it, it shrunk like all UV resins do, but it pulled away a little too much from the edge of the etchings, and it created like a bow in the mold, and it also made a little air pocket underneath it. So whatever I put on top was going to end up seeping underneath, and then all that white that I did would have been gone. So I ended up using just normal 10-minute resin instead. I wasn't sure if the chameleon powders would have the same effect on a white background like they do on a black, but I think it turned out alright. I was also filming the cat and bat witches samples at the same time that I was working on the owl. I ended up spilling resin all over my table, and it was just a bad time. I more than likely won't be making their videos because I'm not 100% happy with how they turned out, but it's pretty much the same process as the owl, except for I didn't use UV on them. I was just using mica powders and chameleon powders. I get asked a lot what I use or how I fill in the etchings of the resin pieces. It's just acrylic paint that's been rubbed into the etching. I've recently been using this squeegee to get all the paint into the etching, and then I will wipe it with a dry paper towel, and then once it's dried a little bit, I will go back with some IPA on a cotton swab and clean up all the excess. If you wipe it too much, you can end up wiping off the mica powders. So you just gotta kind of be careful of how much of the alcohol that you use to wipe it.